Hello there YouTube, welcome along to a movie review. In this movie review I'm going to be reviewing the recently released in cinemas film Deadpool 2. Of course the last movie review I did for YouTube was the Avengers Infinity War. So once again this is a review about a film that's recently been released in cinemas and I've gone to watch it. So anyway, before I go into the film itself and what I think about it and all of that, I just want to very quickly tell you why I went and saw Deadpool 2 first. The reason why I went and saw Deadpool 2 first was because, because I've seen Deadpool, the first film, Deadpool. And by the way, you can go and watch Deadpool now. It is available to watch on Netflix. If you do have Netflix. So I've seen the original film, Deadpool, which came out a couple of years ago. And also as well, not only that, but I wanted to see the sequel because, it kind of follows up from Deadpool in some sort of way. But also as well too, because the film critics have been giving it rave reviews online as well. We've had, there was a couple of blog posts that I read by a couple of people on Twitter and stuff who said that the film was a lot better than the first film that was out a couple of years ago, which is another reason why I wanted to go and see it. And thirdly, I wanted to go and see it because every time the new trailer got released and I watched it on Twitter, I just kept laughing. Because honestly, some of the stuff that they had in some of the scenes just literally kept making me laugh. It was hilarious. So anyway, yeah. So that's why I decided one Friday afternoon, I was in Bournemouth, I was going to the beach, I was going to the arcades, as you guys saw in a daily vlog that I did a couple of Fridays ago. And I thought, you know what, it's a film that I wanted to see for ages. And I thought I might as well go and watch it. I mean, it gives me something to do for a couple of hours, have my eyes on a massive screen, watching action and all sorts. So, yeah, that's exactly why I went to see it. So, yeah, by the way, can I just say, I didn't go with anyone. I literally went all by myself. Which was nice, by the way. I mean, obviously it would have been nice if I had someone to go with, my girlfriend. I mean, obviously my girlfriend lives far away, it's not as if I could just call her up and say, hey, I'm going to go and see Deadpool 2, how do you fancy coming down for the day and just coming to see me and we'll go watch Deadpool 2, we can't do that. It'd take her a few hours to get here first. And, I didn't really have anyone else to go with, to be honest. So I just thought, you know what, I'll just go by myself, it's fine. And also as well, the good thing was the cinema wasn't packed at all. Because it was a Friday afternoon, not many people were off work, obviously, and a lot of people, a lot of people were at school and at work, for instance, and so there was around about maybe 13 to 15 odd other people in the cinema as well as me, so it wasn't really a lot of people. So, if you ever want to go and see a film in a cinema during the day, on a weekday would be your best time to go and see it, because honestly, not many people are in the cinema. Just saying that now. Unless it's half term, of course. Then, of course there'll be a lot of people in the cinema then. But anyway, going on to the film now, okay. And I'm going to agree with some of the blog posts that I've seen from film critics in terms of Deadpool 2. And Deadpool 2 is a lot better than the first film. I'm not gonna lie, there is a few funny lines in there, there are a few funny scenes in it, as well, which is really good. I do quite like it, to be honest. And like I say, every time I went to watch the trailers online, literally, most of the scenes that I saw in the trailer made me laugh, it was sort of laugh out loud stuff. Laugh out loud comedy. So it was really, really good, and I would probably say if someone came up to me right now and asked me, oh, what do you prefer? Do you prefer Deadpool or Deadpool 2? I would probably say Deadpool 2 because like I said, there's a lot of funny scenes in Deadpool 2. Of course, we meet this guy. Now, this guy is called Cable. I like to think of him as a bad guy turned good guy. I'm not gonna spoil the film because obviously it is still in cinemas, and obviously people are still probably gonna want to watch the film. If they do watch this YouTube video and I spoil the film, spoil the ending and all sorts, then they're gonna go, oh well, thanks a lot, Steve, thanks a lot for spoiling Deadpool 2 for me. I was gonna go and see that this weekend or whatever. So I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but all I'm gonna say is there's this bad guy turned good guy in the end. That's all I'm gonna say. He's called Cable, and he's played by an amazing actor. Can I just say, an amazing actor by Josh Brolin. Now, Josh Brolin, I've got a fun fact for you here. Josh Brolin is also the same guy who voiced Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. So anyway, so it's a bit weird that, Josh Brolin was in Avengers Infinity War playing a bad guy, and then now he's in Deadpool 2 playing a bad guy turned good guy called Cable. So there we go. Can I just say as well, Ryan Reynolds, as always, really funny, really hilarious as well in the film. Of course, Ryan Reynolds plays the main character himself, Deadpool. So yes. Also as well, Matt Damon also makes a blink and you'll miss it surprise cameo appearance. He plays somebody called The Vanisher, right? Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but of course, Deadpool kind of makes up a team of people, and it's sort of a spoof or a parody of X-Men, but except he calls them X-Force. So yeah, and it's really funny. I'm not going to tell you the candidates or anything like that, of course, because like I say, I don't really want to spoil the film because it is still out in cinemas, and people who watch this video may have not yet seen the film, but and they're probably going to go off and see it sometime soon before it does come out of cinemas. But it is pretty funny. There is some really, really funny scenes in the film. When Cable first meets Deadpool, they have a really massive fight, which is really good. And Cable asks Deadpool, who is he? He goes, "Who are you?" And Deadpool just goes, "I'm Batman." So yeah. That really did make me laugh really, really loudly. It was really hilarious, that bit. So in theory the film Deadpool 2 kind of also takes them, because obviously Deadpool 2 is from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I do feel as though that Deadpool is separate from the Avengers, because obviously we've had the events from Avengers Infinity War. Deadpool wasn't part of Avengers Infinity War, so so obviously they've got their own sort of type film, which is separated from the events from Avengers Infinity War. You know what? I really could not imagine a world where Deadpool was featured in Avengers Infinity War. I'm sorry, but the events of Avengers Infinity War, if Deadpool was involved in that, literally, my heart would have been broken by then. I think my heart would have been broken. So, yeah, anyway, like I say, so Deadpool is kind of a separate part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or MCU. So it does like to take a little bit of a joke out of the DC universe, where you've got like Batman, Superman, and Harley Quinn and Joker and stuff like that. So, they do like to kind of take the mick a little bit out of the DC universe, which is really funny. It is really funny. Also as well, we also do get another special appearance from a character that is featured in the comics. I'm not going to give away who this is, but let's put it this way. I mean, he does literally tear Deadpool in half. So yeah, which is really funny, and the aftermath of that scene is really hilarious. I'm not going to go into detail as to what happens in the aftermath after this special guest, let's say, rips Deadpool into half, literally. But the aftermath, the scenes in the aftermath of that are absolutely hilarious. And literally, I think they'll keep you laughing for a good 5 minutes. What else was there? Was there any other funny scenes that I thought? I think the beginning bit was really funny as well. I mean, the beginning bit was absolutely hilarious. It's just, you know, you see Wade Wilson dash Deadpool just there smoking a cigarette, and as he goes to pull it out, he's sitting on these what do you call, like sort of gas cylinder things, like on these cylinders. He's just laying there across these cylinders, and he flicks his cigarette up in the air. One of them goes into this cylinder, and literally he just explodes. Literally, you see all of his body parts just explode. Like, you see his head come off, his arms come off, and the funny thing is when you see his arms, you look at his hands, and his hand is making, well, basically his hand, you can just literally see his middle finger stuck up in the air, which, you know, so that made me laugh when that happened. But anyway, that was at the very beginning of the film. So, and also as well, I just want to say, without going too much into detail about what happens at the very end of Deadpool 2, but Deadpool 2 at the very end is quite sad, you know. So it goes from that really funny, hilarious movie to this really sad and upsetting theme, you know. So I'm not going to go into detail as to what happens, because like I say, Deadpool 2 is still in cinemas, and if you guys have not yet seen it, I don't want to spoil the film. But yeah, it does go into quite a sad kind of part of the film, you know. So, but at the same time, there is still parts of that sad scene that you do find a little bit hilarious. So anyway, I'm not going to go, like I say, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I mean, also as well, because it is a Marvel film, and I have nearly finished this review, by the way. Because this is a Marvel film, there are going to be post-credit scenes, as always in a Marvel film. So, yeah. So, obviously, by the way, I'm just going to put it out there now, right? So, here's me, sitting there, watch the post-credit scene, and sometimes, like Avengers Infinity War, if you've seen Avengers Infinity War, you know for a fact there's a post-credit scene right at the very, maybe last minute of the film, once all the credits have scrolled. You know, there's always that post-credit scene at the very last minute of the film, right? And obviously, you sit there, you watch it, right? I watched the post-credit scene, which was basically sort of in between the credits flickering on screen and then scrolling up, if you know what I mean by that. So yeah, anyway, so I watched the post-credit scene, and by the way, the post-credit scene again was hilarious. Can I just say, it was hilarious. And I'm not going to go into detail about the post-credit scene, because I want you guys to watch it and see for yourself how hilarious the post-credit scenes are. But I sat there and I had my arms crossed like this. And by the way, I was sat on the very front row of this of the cinema. You know, so I was sat in the recliner chairs, by the way. And bearing in mind, I was the only person on that row of recliner chairs, sitting there watching a film, enjoying it, and all sorts. You know, so I was sat there on this recliner chair, watching the film, watched the post-credits scene, watched the credits rolled, and then I thought, at the very end, because it's a Marvel film, you know, I mean, they did it with Deadpool, they put a post-credit scene at the very end of the film, once the credits had scrolled. With Deadpool 2, oh no, they didn't do it. They didn't do it, which kind of shocked me a little bit. I don't know why. It did just shock me a little bit. But anyway, this was me anyway. Once the credits had rolled, this was literally me. So yeah, that was literally me. During that was literally how I left the cinema at the end. So yeah, so maybe that could have just been added into the film, yeah, as the post-credit scene, just me walking out of the cinema at the end, like as if to say there wasn't no post-credit scene at the very end. Anyway, it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. So yeah. Anyway, so that was Deadpool 2, which, by the way, is an absolutely incredible film. It's filled with action. You know, it's filled with hilarious lines, you know, and scenes. And to be quite honest, I really cannot wait, because I might actually get Deadpool 2 when it gets released on DVD. I think I might get it on DVD. I mean, yeah, I know that quite lately I don't really go and get DVDs anymore because, you know, obviously I can watch stuff on Now TV or on Netflix these days. But I think with Deadpool 2, I think it's going to be one of those films that I actually do go and get on DVD, because I've recently looked at an article, and this is in terms of Deadpool 2, and there will be an extended cut, which is going to be an extra, I know it's going to be an extra 12 minutes long footage, of extra footage that you didn't see in the cinemas, but still, that's 12 minutes filled with some hilarious scenes, hilarious lines, and more action, you know, in the film. So, you know, so I do think I will get it on DVD when it does get released on DVD later this year. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to give this film a rating. I'm not going to lie, right? But out of all the films that I have done, well, I know I've only done a couple of movie reviews on my brand new Steve Official channel, but I'm actually going to give this film a 10 out of 10 in terms of ratings, because, you know, it is everything that I expected. You know, it's hilarious, it's got action in it, it's much better than the first film, like all the film critics have been saying, you know. So I would definitely recommend that people do go out and watch Deadpool 2 in cinemas if you do get any time on your hands, any spare time on your hands. And if you're watching this in, say, 4, 5, 6 months after I've released this onto YouTube, definitely go out and buy the DVD, or definitely go out and buy the DVD, but make sure it is the extended cut, because that's what I'm going out to buy. Because honestly, 12 minutes long of extra footage, you know, more hilarious scenes, more action, you know, more laughs. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get this on DVD. So there we go, that was the Deadpool 2 movie review. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Your next YouTube video is my 20th daily vlog that I've done. I cannot believe I've done 20 days of daily vlogging. I really can't. But anyway, please do hit that like button and that subscribe button as well, because there will be more movie reviews coming out for you very soon. But from me here, it's goodbye. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.